Well, my name is Joanne East, and I was one of the people that started NAMI because we had experiences with the mentally ill, and they needed help.
I have a 54-year-old daughter who's been mentally ill since she was an adolescent, actually. But the last 2.5 years have been really, really bad. The stress was so enormous, the fear, the anxiety. I went into a pretty deep depression myself, and I was working with my own counselor, and all of a sudden I got physically sick. And so sick that I missed all the holidays and ended up in the hospital. They didn't know what was wrong. They knew I was very sick because my liver and my kidneys were starting to fail. I ended up with sepsis, and I had a 5-day stay, but they never could figure out what was wrong. And then I told them what was going on in my life, and along with my own personal counselor, they believe it was the result of the extreme stress. So, that said, my counselor wanted me to add NAMI DuPage and seek out whatever resources I thought would be best for me. So I got on the website and I saw the family support group, and I thought, I'm gonna start there. And I walked into that room that very first night and listened. I happened to be sitting at a seat where my turn was going to be last. So I got to hear a lot of stories. And those stories teared me up and almost made me forget my own story. But it also, it let me know that there are so many people going through exactly what I'm going through, or very, very close. That night, after sharing my story and when the support group was done, I went to my car and cried. But they were both tears of sadness and tears of joy. I felt supported. I felt like I'm with a group of people who get it. And I hadn't felt that before. And I went back the next week. I've been going for about 16 months now, and I have learned so much. From the time I started at NAMI DuPage, I started with the family support group, and I was exploring online what all their different offerings were. They actually have different podcasts on there. I would get on the treadmill and start listening to the podcast. That's helpful. And then I went to the 8-week course that they have. It has affected my relationship with my daughter in a very positive way. I mean, I walked into NAMI DuPage very broken, and my daughter was very broken. What I have seen from 2.5 years ago to now, I had a daughter who was unemployed, depending on myself or anybody else who would give her money, and she's also a recovering addict. It was, Mom, send me money, Mom, send me money, and I was, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. I didn't have the skill set that I needed for us to communicate better and to build on that relationship. Now, especially after going to the 8-week family-to-family class and all the resources that I have discovered through NAMI DuPage, I've learned much better forms of communication. I've learned how to set boundaries, and I've learned how to do it in a very loving way, and she's responding in a very loving way. And the result is she is now working. She is now paying for her own motel, and she actually sent me a text message that shocked me. She says, Mom, I want you to cancel my Hulu that I was paying for her. And I said, okay, but why? She said, I put it on my own debit card. I'm able to do this myself. Oh my goodness. I know without the education and the support from NAMI DuPage, that would never have happened. Thinking back 40 years, when Joanne East and a few other people sitting around a kitchen table started NAMI DuPage, and I hope that she has even a small clue how many people have been helped and or saved because of this organization.
How you doing, Bob? Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's been a little while. I think it's so wonderful that NAMI DuPage started with a group of people who had loved ones with mental illness, found other people with it, gathered together as family members to help them get through it. And how that has been the foundation that has carried us all these 40 years. And here you and I are doing the same thing with our co-teachers, helping people as family members of family members. It's so powerful. That's why it's lasted 40 years, because this is really what people need, is other people who've gone through this to help them with the journey. We're now at the other side of it, where our loved one is doing better or has done better, and we're doing better. It's a great picture for them that that is possible,
Right.
that recovery is possible. It really does work, and it may be what they get to experience.
You know, the supports that are provided is just, I say it's top notch. It's just a class act. And I feel proud to be a volunteer with NAMI DuPage. NAMI should be everywhere. Everyone should know that there is help for families. There's resources for the loved ones who live with mental health conditions. And there's help for you as the parent, as the mom, as the dad, as the brother, as the sister, as the aunt, as the uncle, as the nephew, as the niece, as the grandparent, as the grandson of these people who live with it. There is help for you. There is assistance where 40 years ago there wasn't. And now there is. It saved my family. It saved our marriage. It saved my children. And it saved me. For us to be around for 40 years and spreading this knowledge and spreading the education, the courage that our founders took to be able to even say, I don't care what people think of me. I still need to share my story so I can help somebody else.